What is going on, guys? Seabow here. Breaking news! DeMar DeRozan is now a king in Sacramento. He did it, y'all. He got back to California. It's not LA. It's not LA. No, but DeMar DeRozan is back in California, and it is in a sign and trade with three teams. So DeMar DeRozan is on a 3-year, $70 million contract with the Kings. Harrison Barnes is going to the Spurs, and Chris Duarte in 2 seconds are going to the Bulls. And just real quick, I just want to say I like the Spurs getting Harrison Barnes. He's another veteran who can kind of help that team develop, along with them getting Chris Paul, who's gonna play a similar role but be more impactful and all that. Um, and then Chris Duarte in the picks for the Bulls is kind of just confirming that they are going to go into that rebuilding mode. And he's not necessarily super young, but he's young in the league. And then obviously the picks that they got. And for the Kings, man, I'm mixed on how I feel about it because like on one hand, yeah, like it's DeMar DeRozan. He's a guy that's like been in the playoffs, been in these situations where he can make a big win, making big plays and everything, and just being a leader in those situations. But also, man, the spacing on this team is not great. It's not great. So their starting lineup as of now is gonna be. I'm imagining it's gonna be De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Herter, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Sabonis. And I know De'Aaron Fox has gotten a lot better at shooting these last 2 years, but he's still not like a great shooter. He's good. He's a good shooter now, but he's not a great shooter. Kevin Herter's great catch and shoot guy, great shooter. DeMar DeRozan is not not a shooter. Keegan Murray, great. And Domantas Sabonis. So with their starting lineup, they're always gonna have at least two guys that are like not a threat to shoot pretty much at all, and that scares me. That definitely scares me a little bit. But also with this fit, I see a beautiful, beautiful offense with Sabonis getting like in a high post sometimes, and then he has DeMar DeRozan playing off of him, either coming off the handoffs or maybe even like hitting the back cut to dunk off the baseline. Like I see that so perfectly in my head right now, and I love that vision. I love the vision. It's just the spacing scares me so bad, so bad. But who knows? Maybe De'Aaron Fox is gonna come out and have an amazing 3-point shooting year. Maybe DeMar DeRozan is gonna surprise everybody and become a good shooter in his like 15th year in the league. Maybe it's gonna happen. I don't know. But those are my thoughts on that side of the trade. For the Bulls, I don't hate what they're getting back, especially since like they didn't necessarily have to get anything back because DeMar DeRozan was a free agent. It was a sign and trade. Um, but what are they gonna do about Zach LaVine? What are they gonna do about Nikola Vucevic? Those are the questions. There's been reports going around saying that they've reached out to about 15 teams, so like at least half the league they've reached out to try and trade Zach LaVine, and nobody's really interested. And I don't know if that's that necessarily because Zach LaVine's trade value is so low at this point, or maybe the Bulls are asking for way too much. But I don't see that being the problem, just because they traded Alex Caruso straight up for Josh Giddey. So that it would surprise me if they're the ones asking for too much. I think it's more so teams aren't willing to give up pieces that would match the contract to get Zach LaVine. Because does anybody know what they're going to get out of Zach LaVine at this point? I don't think so. So that's really those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. I'm gonna see if anything else has come out real quick. The picks are in 2031. So yeah, guys, the Kings just made a big move, and I love it because they didn't really have to give anything up. I love it. I'm happy for them. Kings fans, let me know how y'all are feeling down below. As always, Twitter and podcast links are in the description, and as always, guys, join the conversation. Peace.